Everybody, good morning. Good morning. It's a wonderful day. So, where are we? Oh, here we are. Good morning, everybody. And how are you on this wonderful Friday morning? Everybody's excited. Another day to relax at home. If you are working from home, another day perhaps to continue working from home. I know what it's like working from home. When I worked, there was a time they said you could have access to your everything you did at work at home. No, I didn't like that. And I said, no, I don't want access to anything at my house. And it wasn't a nice thing for them to hear. So you can imagine what trouble they gave me. I think they didn't know what to do with me. I always tried to say no to when they wanted yes. So when they asked me, we need to give you access so you can be at home, I said, well, I come to work every day. Well, if you're sick, and I said, well, if I'm sick, I hope I cannot touch this computer. So anyway, that went on for a little while. And of course, I never did it. So I didn't want access from home. So anyway, no, if I was working now, I wouldn't have had a chance, a choice. I would have had to do it. So everything happens for a reason, and life goes on in this wonderful, amazing way. Good morning, Corinne. How are you this morning? Good morning, everybody. How are you doing today? So, what was your greeting to self today? My greeting to self today was today, you are enough. You are enough today. You don't have to be more than this. So I hope you had a fabulous greeting to self this morning. Here is your mantra for today. Your mantra for today is I am pausing to honor questions before I answer. Now, that is a very, very difficult thing to do. I am pausing to honor questions before I answer. So when somebody asks you a question, halfway through the question, do you jump in and start answering, or supposing the question is going where you think it's going? Once that happens to me, I realize that person is not paying attention to what I'm saying. They're asking questions, they're already formulating an answer for a question they have not heard. And sometimes I will have to say, stop, stop. That is not what I'm saying. Don't answer a question unless you have heard the entire thing. So I am pausing your mantra. Hi, Nina. Good morning. I'm pausing to honor questions before I answer. That is something we all should really do. It is written in Scripture that he who answers a question before he hears it all is a fool. That's strong, but Scripture is strong. So when I'm talking, sometimes you're halfway through the question, or saying something, and the person is saying, "Yeah, I know you weren't going to be home today. You were going to go there." No, I wasn't. I'm just trying to tell you something. Can you listen? And sometimes I do that. So I try to honor that myself. It is not an easy thing for any of us to do. So what your mantra for today is, I honor the questions before I answer. I try to repeat them sometimes to get the meaning of what the person is saying, and that gives me time to formulate the answer. So in the mantra, if somebody says to you today, well, what do you think about we have to do all these things all the time, washing our hands, and maybe, and then you're, well, I don't know, she's not done, he's not done, so let's get most of it out, and that is a lot better to do. So anyway, my morning blessings to you today is, what you write on paper is your prophecy. What you put to paper is your life prophecy. I know you might be wondering why I'm saying that. It's this because this time of the year, we need to put things on paper. We do that by sending notes and cards to others. So I thought the week before Christmas, yes, to remind you, whatever you put on paper will materialize, whether you do it with intent or in jest. So I'm going to talk about both the negative part and the positive part, because it's yin and yang, right? Dark and light. So you need to know that. For this reason, you have to be very careful what you write when you're with your energized hand. Your energized hand, all your body is energized. So whatever you do with those hands, whatever you attach to them, has life. Because they are coming from your heart to your hand. It's a stream. It goes this way to the pen, to the paper. So it has power. Your hands are connected to your heart, which responds to your mind. So because of that, you need to watch it. You need to be aware. It's a habit. After a while, you will form the habit. But it's not, these are things we are not taught. That everything we do, we are like magnet because we are energized. We come from energy. Once the connection is made, you are on fire. So the minute you connect this, you are ready to go. Sometimes somebody's going to write something and they don't know. I want to write something to this person and I don't know what to say. When they say that to me, I say, well, think of the thing you like the most about that person. Think of the things that you do with that person. My sister says to me, you have a friend that you're very close to, and you talk about her a lot, and what it is she does for you, that, or what part she plays in your life. I said, well, she supports me. She tells me off when she wants, and it doesn't matter to me because I just go ahead and I do what, and she will say it again, and I might say, yeah, I should fix that. So this person will tell me what I'm really thinking sometimes, or they can read me like you read a book. I realize that, and I don't push it because I know she knows she can do this. So you have to realize when you are going to write something, don't be scared of putting what you want, what you feel about that person in a nice way. Look for the best from them. The best, something you can find. There's always something you can find. Just smile. Every time you see me, you greet me. You're so kind, you're generous. And I just want to let you know I appreciate you and I'm grateful to have you in my life. The prophecy is placed and it is ready to show once you start writing it. So once the connection is made, you're on fire. The end result depends on what you place on the paper. The prophecy is in place because that's what you're doing. You're prophesizing your future. Never when it's bad, it's a good future for you. It's always yours. What comes from you is what is you. It belongs to you. When you write something, it is there for a long time. If you write something to someone, it is in their mind for a long time. Sometimes we say things in anger. And good morning, Nancy. Sometimes we say things in anger, and which is bad enough. But then in our angry state, we go a few steps further and put those nasty words in writing. We cannot erase it. It could be towards someone, and sometimes we confirm it about our own future. We say things that we are going to do this and it's bad, that's going to happen to me. This is when the prophecy comes into play. What you write, you're going to get because of the energy, because of the emotion. So if you want great things, you have to write it with emotions. Whether when you're printing it, you can feel the pen going through the layers of paper, or pressing it, you look at the other side, you can see it. That's energy, that's emotion. And you have seen it done. We all have. We should use our ability to make things concrete by writing what will enhance ourselves and the lives of others. So if we're going to write something about it, try to think of the one thing you enjoy the most. Sending a note to someone with doom and gloom is just we sending a note to ourselves with doom and gloom. What you do, what you contemplate, that is what you become. What you write is yours. It does not belong to somebody else. So you might be wishing that, or you might be angry. And anger is one of our worst emotions. But we can take it and challenge it and push it and make it go somewhere else. Writing is very powerful. What we write on paper will last for a long time. It will come to pass and it contributes to a future which we did not want, and we had no idea at that time that we were doing it, that it would happen. We didn't do that. We didn't think of it, that when we were writing it, that was going to affect our future. We didn't see that coming. But I know for sure it happens. I write a lot. I made a promise to myself years ago that I will write for a minimum of 15 minutes a day. And I have done it. But in my writings, I always write what I wish for, what I hope for. I always have a list. And it's not, I don't do it at Christmas or New Year's. I don't do it. I do it when I feel it. And I once found one of the books, and it was 10 years later. And every single thing I had written that I needed to have in my life had materialized at that time. It was from 2001. And I found the book in 2011 again. And when I went through the book, well, I went, well, no, Eric saw it, and he opened it and he said, "Did everything happen?" And I said, "What?" He said, "I know the last one happened." And I said, "Yeah, that one, you can tell." And then I looked at it and everything materialized. I wrote it. And sometimes once you put it down, you have to let it go. So it's best to write stimulating and positive words about you, your family, and your friends, even in the times of stress and unhappiness. What I recommend is never ever to write degrading words to anyone, and then when they are laid in their coffin, we talk about how much of a wonderful human they were. That's rubbish. I want some, when I see that happening, especially if you've heard both of them, you just want to go, really? Now you want to tell that person what you really, how you feel? Come on. You want to make yourself look good. So try to find it. You have to sometimes walk away. We cannot make people do what they want to do. So it's no point we talk nasty about them now. And then when they die, oh, he was such a great person. No, that's rubbish. And we all know that. I want everyone to practice today. Do something today. I'm asking, it's 1 week before Christmas. During this special Christmas season and holiday season, use your written words to uplift someone in your life. Perhaps the cards or the notes with those special words won't get to them before Christmas if you were to do it now. Maybe it won't get there. It's kind of late to do this or the holidays, but send it anyway. They will receive the note early in the new year. So if you have something you want to say, you know what, think of do it. Please try doing this. And after you have sent the note, I would prefer not a store-bought card with an author's word. um you can have a plain, it doesn't, although it's the Christmas season, it doesn't have always have to have the Christmas scene for it to be great. So you're going to take your time, just try it, and write a note to somebody you really appreciate, or just somebody you like, somebody you love, somebody with kindness, somebody that will not get that note from somebody else. And but you have observed them, they have done some nice things. So take a few moments and compose your own words, your words. Whoever received this note will be very happy, I know that, and you will feel much better for having done that. So you know somebody that could use your words, just something uplifting. And it's nice to buy a box of cards, but you can get them that are empty too. Or you can just get some paper, burn the edges, use a colored crayon, do something, and say, when I decided to write this, I thought of you, and I wanted to write something to you, and I want to tell you, whenever you smile, you make me smile. Whenever I'm in your presence, I feel calm. I like that you listen to me. It's simple thing. When I'm having a hard time, and you tell me it will be okay. I want to let you know at this Christmas season or holiday season how much I appreciate you. Don't wait for the death for you to say that. If they make you laugh, tell them, remember when you did this? Remember when you did that? I will never forget it. And this is what we need right now. So a Christmas card with the author's word is great, but a note is also better from you. Just write it, put it in, and send it. When they get it, they get it. And you know what? You know for sure. That person will call you and say, "Oh, that was nice." And that will make you now feel nice. I promise you that your note will be cherished and appreciated. I know. I have recently gotten tons of those from people that I help. The gratitude will come flowing. And once gratitude comes to your door, you cannot ever turn it away. Gratitude loves to visit, and it likes to come somewhere where it's going to receive. So, another thing before the Christmas holiday gets to the end, I'm asking you to do this. Whenever you think of something today, and for the rest of as much as you can do, find one thing, absolutely just one thing. If you have a husband, if you have a wife, whoever you have in your life, one thing that you appreciate about them or you're grateful for, and you tell it to them. At first, they look at you like, "Are you okay? Have you been in the brandy? What are you drinking?" But it doesn't matter. They will get it. And you say, "How are you? I appreciate your kindness. I appreciate you let me be me. I am grateful for you supporting me. I'm grateful when I turn your hair. I'm grateful when you put your arms around my shoulder. I'm grateful that you listen to me when I talk too much, like me. I'm grateful for the person you are. I'm grateful you understand me better than I understand myself. So these are the things, just a gratitude thing. Because this is the time, with all what's going on, it is still Christmas. And we still have to understand we have to be grateful for all these wonderful people that show up in our lives all the time. We don't see that because we're accustomed to them. We treat them like the couch. We know if we sit back, that couch is going to be there. But then sometimes, and I know where that is coming from, sometimes you go to find the couch and the couch isn't there. So know that you still have that couch to lean on, to sit on. Make sure you let it know how much you appreciate it. I Something that I always did, I always look for the things because um I am the kind of person I am a whirlwind. That's how my dad used to say, when they get a hurricane named Tessa, that will be the end of us. So I always did do. Take the time to say I appreciate you. I'm grateful for that. I have no regrets about that. Because when somebody lets you be you, they cannot do anything else for you. So sending you light and joy on this wonderful Friday morning. Have fun. And I'll see you guys tonight. I am doing Friday Ask Me a Question night. So yesterday though, last night, if you go to my YouTube channel, Tessa-Marie Shillingford, you will see that IG Live I did the Chanel from New York City. It was great. She's an entrepreneur. She's had her business for 20 something years. I met her 2 years ago and I mentored her, I coached her on the business, the financial side, and the whole idea of the staff. She has quite a large salon with a lot of staff. And it was quite, we did that for a few years. I'm still coaching her. We have our last session for this year coming up next week. And she came on and she was talking about, because she was so prepared. She called me, tell me I hadn't had time to call you to tell you how wonderful all the coaching, it helped me, because she said when we were shut down, I had money in my business savings account, and that I was able to pay for everything. Even the girls, give the girls salaries even when they weren't working. And then, because you told me make sure I pay my taxes and fill out, she said I got PPP, and that bumped me up. So she came on to talk about small business, and she gives a lot to her area. She does Dress for Success. She does the graduation for kids, and she helps in the community by doing fundraising. So if you get a chance, listen to her. So anyway, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tonight for questions. So if you have a question, call me, and please like and share Testimony Morning Blessings, and encourage others to do the same. Have a wonderful day. Talk to you later. Bye.